Hi, my name is Donna Swanson. I'm the Executive Director at Focus Alternative Learning Center in Canton. And this is our show, Focus on Autism, and we're going to be doing several shows on different topics. And today we're going to be talking about what our autism, being on the autism spectrum means to us, and how we feel different, and what we like about it, and that kind of thing. I'm going to turn it over to Lucas, who is my co-host and the team leader of our mentoring program.
Hey, thanks for joining us. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about autism in general. We're going to be sharing really our thoughts on it and what makes us proud to be on the autism spectrum, really why we like and appreciate who we are. We define autism as a spectrum precisely because it ranges from one end to another. It's very much like a rainbow. It's very diverse. There are a lot of, if you will, colors that make up the rainbow of autism. And each person on the spectrum has a slightly different shade. Nobody is in exactly the same place as anybody else. The colors may be similar, but when you really break it down and look closely, each individual is slightly different. Each color is a slightly different shade. And that's what we really appreciate about ourselves, the individuality. So we're going to go around and each share a little bit about our own thoughts, and we'll start with Mike.
One of the things I wanted to add, though, is even though we're all different, there are still things that are very much the same, no matter where you fall on the spectrum. And that some of the key areas that are the same is the problems with anxiety, processing, reading the world, communications, those kind of things. Those are things that everybody has in common. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. I would, yes.
Everybody, would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mike, you found out you were on the autism spectrum when you were how old?
Well, actually, I found out when I was about 14, maybe 15. 14
or 15. And how do you know that you have autism?
Well, I just know because people have told me.
Yeah. How does it feel to you having autism? What makes you different?
Sometimes people think I stick out like a sore thumb.
So sometimes people think you stick out like that's hard to say. Stick out like a sore thumb. In what way?
Social, academically, basically every way that you can stick out.
Yeah. And how does that make you feel?
Good in some ways, but bad in others. Because when I try to make friends, people kind of back away from me thinking, oh, he has this strange disease, when really I'm just trying to make friends.
Yeah. So people don't always understand you.
Right.
And I think you've gotten better at learning how to express yourself, but part of that came out of understanding what autism means for you.
Yeah.
What would you like the world to know about having autism?
It's basically, well, like we've said on other panels or
other shows.
Other shows, yeah. It's basically like socialization problem. Some people like have trouble socializing. Some others may not. It really depends on the person.
Yep. So we're all different.
Yep.
But we all have a lot in common.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the sense of belonging is really important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Emily, what would you have to say about being on the spectrum?
It's different. It's interesting to go and look back at your old videos when you're a toddler and stuff and see that how different you act sometimes from other kids. Like I would do things like pick up wood chips, walk around with them and around like a house with them and go back and put them back exactly where I found them before. I don't think many kids would do that.
Yep.
Around that.
And like to be in your own world sometimes, right?
Sometimes, all the time.
But we have to pull you out of that every now and then and bring you back to the real world, right?
Yes.
And what would you like the world to know about being on the autism spectrum? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing for you?
It's neither. It's just I am who I am. I'm Emily. I'm me. It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's neither. It's neither. I'm proud of who I am. I'm no matter what I would have or don't have, would not have.
So autism doesn't define who you are?
No, I do not. It doesn't matter to me whether I have it or not.
Mm-hmm.
But I obviously don't mind having it.
Yep. And you want people to understand you and give you a chance and not just write you off.
Yes.
Ben,
Yes.
how does autism feel for you?
Well, autism feels like for me is I like to be creative. I like to draw animals, and I love to draw certain kinds of stuff that I love too. And I'm a very good artist, and I have a very big fascination with elephants.
So part of what autism helps with you is develop what you're interested in,
Yeah.
right? Because you can't stop thinking about those things.
Yeah.
And earlier you said that one of the things that you didn't like about autism, or was the anxiety.
Yeah, the anxiety.
Yeah, and I think that's something everybody here
Yeah.
agrees they have anxiety. Anybody here not have anxiety? Okay. So how do we know when you're anxious?
When I'm anxious, I say a little bit of baby words that mommy said it's okay, but I can't say the fresh words because I get in big trouble.
Yep. So that's how when you're starting to feel overwhelmed, that's what you do, right?
Yeah, I feel overwhelmed like that.
Yep. And loud noises.
Loud
and,
noises?
and too many instructions.
Yeah,
But you're kind of proud to be on the autism spectrum, huh?
yeah. I'm very proud to be in the autism spectrum because I've never been on this one before. Because it's my first time being on the autism spectrum. Because Mom said that I need to be on the autism spectrum because I need to talk about my autism and what I like to do in the future, and I like to be going to school and coming to Focus.
Good. And we want to teach people what it's like to have autism. And look at you, when you watch this show, you'll see how different each and every one of us are, but we're all still pretty much the same, right?
Yeah.
Good. What about you, Lucas?
What autism feels like. It feels like a TV inside my head that I can't turn off.
Alex would agree with you on that too, because Alex often says that his mind can't stop, right?
Always thinking about old music. There's always a song playing in my head.
So you're always thinking about music, and there's always a song playing in your head.
Right.
Back to you, Lucas.
Well, I'm sure there are a lot of people who would agree. It makes things difficult in a lot of ways. It creates a lot of difficulty relating to others, difficulty interpreting what others are trying to communicate and communicating to them in a way that they can interpret. But at the same time, it also, for me anyway, and I know the same is true for many of my compatriots here as well, for me it allows me to see things from perspectives that are different than those commonly held, I suppose, and as a result it lets me gain insight into both the world around me and myself that has proven very valuable to me. I would say, really Emily put it well, autism doesn't define who I am. It's part of it, but not the be-all and end-all, and I accept it for what it is. I work with it and try my best to solve the problems that it creates, but